Coming up on the Big Cunty Couch.
I have 6 months and $8,000 to make the final collection.
$8,000?
Oh my God, I spent that at Starbucks this morning.
That's insane. Where is the collection now?
They auctioned off all of the clothes. Tell them I want $1 million because that's what it's worth to me to be set up to lose.
Stick around.
And we're back.
We are back.
And speaking of which, we are with Jay McCarroll. And we wanted to ask you, let's get into it. Let's get into the story about the project that is about a runway.
Wait, do you remember auditioning?
Yes.
What was that like?
Was it Self-Tape City or what? Open call?
No. It was open call. And there was thousands of people there.
Because this was 2003?
2004.
2004.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's 2024 and it was 20 years ago.
Math.
It's
Math.
incredible.
That's insane.
Does a body good.
So I was involved with this organization called Gen Art, which was it was for fashion designers, filmmakers. So I'd done competitions with them. They were high end. They discovered Zach Posen and all that stuff, and some other really incredible brands. And so I was kind of in their database. So they sent me an email saying you should audition for this thing. I went to the auditions. There was 3 rounds. I got through the first round just because they knew who I was. Then I went to the second round, which was
they're it's a physical challenge.
I had to eat mud while being butt-fucked by an angel.
And they're like, wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Noted.
It's really intense.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it was intense. We were out on the street. And then I had to show my portfolio and then meet with designers and be on camera, which I'd never been. And then I got a call back 2 weeks later and they're like, you're in the final 50. And then 3 days later, you made the cut. You need to be in New York in 2 days.
Oh my God.
So I took a bus from my mother's house and we arrived in Port Authority and everybody on the bus was chattering there's cameras out there. They waited for me in the fucking garage of Port Authority and were filming me as I came off the bus.
Oh my God.
And didn't say anything to me. There was a girl, she's just walk straight. So I had to walk from Port Authority to the hotel.
You're
with cameras around me. So weird.
You're I just need to go into Hudson Nudes.
Yeah. I'll be I need an egg salad
Hudson
sandwich.
Nudes.
Hudson.
My bad.
I wish.
That
should be a calendar.
New idea.
Hudson Nudes. Yeah.
Nudes.
We might be jumping the gun, but do you feel like
Tim Gunn's new show, Jumping the Gun? Yeah.
I need to stop screeching.
Do you feel like they were setting you up for a winner's edit from the beginning?
No.
No?
God, no.
Not at
this
all?
was pre-winner's edit.
That was based on the work anyway.
So you got off the bus, you went
I got off the
into
bus.
filming.
We film, we do this thing, we're on the 40th floor of this apartment building, we meet these people.
Well, wait, they made you live together.
Yeah, we lived together.
Which I feel like
I missed the shots of BTS in the morning. People would be
oh yeah,
shaving and
with the kooky
Why
music.
did they
push up?
Did they do that as a way to add to the pressure cooker of it all? Because I feel like they don't do that anymore. Or if they do, they don't film it.
Wendy Pepper was push up, clap, push up, clap.
Wendy Pepper died.
I know, R.I.P.
Yeah,
rest in peace.
I was giving her a cool exercise at least.
Yeah. Wendy Pepper doing calisthenics.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Isn't that weird that she's just gone?
Yeah.
She didn't even they didn't even put her up at the Emmy Awards. I think about that. Will they show me in the memoriam section one day? I don't know. Part of television history.
That's actually lame that they didn't put Wendy Pepper up there. She's an icon.
She is an icon. I think.
Really is.
Yeah. She was a villainess. But I think that what you're saying is I think the runoff from people loving watching The Real World or watching I think
Top
they
Model did it.
Top Model. They watching people in their home setting and how getting ready and being welcome
Drag
designers.
Race
Drag Race used to do it.
That was the boy girl of it all, where it was you want to see Jessica Wilde shaving because you have to explain.
And Raven as David.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
In the mirror.
Raven. I'm thinking Chanel, who's back on.
I love Chanel. You gotta love her.
Yeah.
And Raven looks great too. I
Gotta-
love Drag Race. That's another subject I can talk
He's
about
so
for
good.
hours.
Well, I've always wanted to do
Still is.
Divas on a Cliff, which is a game we'll play soon with seasons of Drag Race.
Oh yeah.
The
Who do you
divas.
save?
Yeah.
If you can only
I
save
think
one.
you should
Yeah.
start it right now.
Well, we want to hear more about your story.
Okay.
Sorry, we keep
Anyway, I
diverting.
know
you must be
we
so
compete in
over
these
it.
things. No, I'm
You're
not.
I'm effing 50.
Yeah, 49
Jeez,
for right
49
now.
49.
Okay, but we filmed the whole show in 3 weeks. It was just every 2 days we were doing it, and then that was it. And then I went home.
How many episodes was season 1?
13 episodes.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, you're an
12
icon.
episodes or something.
You obviously
Yeah.
were meant to win. You were a standout the whole season, and I always think about your final collection. The headphones on the
Oh yeah, I feel,
ears.
and this is before Beats.
Right?
I feel like very
I
good
love
memory.
that.
I feel like I invented the colored headphone.
You
like
kind of did.
I
Yeah.
feel like I did.
Where'd you get those?
Honestly,
Were they sprayed?
They were sprayed from Home
You should come out
Depot.
with a headphone
yeah.
line.
I hate products. And I just
Beats?
watched this Brandy
You
Melville.
hate products
I
after
do.
like cut the super cut of you being like,
Yeah.
Feels.
No, I love to receive products. I don't want to contribute more
Right,
products.
yeah, yeah.
But that's true. You're smart. Oh, we were talking about Project Runway. Okay. So I go, we film all the things.
Yeah.
I have 6 months and $8,000 to make the final collection.
$8,000?
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
spent that at Starbucks this
That's,
morning.
I know.
that's insane.
I was resourceful.
That's
and
egg bites.
wink, wink, I kept some of the money to like live off of.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Like, so I did it probably for 5,000.
Of
Did
course.
I'm gonna be
did they,
honest.
'Cause you're
did
smart,
they say
right?
it was
Yeah.
only $8,000?
Maybe it was 10,000. I think it was 8,000. Yeah.
Sounds correct.
That's
They didn't say anything. It was the first time they did it. So,
they're like, this
yeah.
is a check.
They're like,
I
here's a
guess?
check.
Yeah.
Yeah. And nothing was in the contract or whatever. But then I lived at my mother's house because I was like, I wanted to remove myself from like reality.
Right,
And I
yeah.
worked all day long, every single fucking day for months.
And it
That
showed.
must have been so
yeah.
fun.
Yeah. It was great.
Where is the collection now? Is it in storage?
Okay.
Is it gone? What's
Well,
the yeah?
Per the contract, I can never replicate any of the designs that were on that
Really?
because they own
They own them.
Not anymore.
Weinstein,
Really? Are you
yeah,
ready to
in
break rules?
perpetuity? Then they auctioned off all of the clothes from the thing, so people just have like something of mine for like $60 or something. So if anybody's listening,
I have chills.
please bring them back home. Bring them back to me so I could do a retrospective before I die of cancer.
I know I've been.
I'm like,
I know I've
fine. They were didn't mean to take.
I love this.
I pulled the headphones out. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Is
I'm
this
like,
why I'm here?
I'm-
Oh my
I've been
God, they're
drinking-
bringing all of them in.
I would
I
love to
wish.
do that for you.
Yeah.
I've been drinking tequila all night, and I feel like there's something about that that's actually like a little
It's
emotional.
awful.
It's like
That is.
they owned.
You know
I mean,
who they are
owned your
too,
work.
right?
Nina.
Harvey Weinstein Company.
Yeah, they own the work, and then they sold it, and it's just gone.
Yeah.
That is
Fucking awful.
A drag queen, princess, drag queen.
Oh, yeah.
She bought my finale look, and she wore it to the like season finale
Oh,
of their season.
wow,
Yeah,
the
that's
princess.
cool.
were you
That
like,
is
oh,
cool.
cool?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it,
At
like,
least
had a
something
life.
like had a life.
Yeah.
At least
that's
the
so
Or
princess.
whatever.
Yeah, that's
It's
frustrating.
immortalized on TV, you know.
Definitely.
So whatever, it is what it is.
As are you.
yeah.
Yeah. That's but I feel like that's a detail that no one ever talks about or knows, where it's like your work is deleted. It's gone. You can never touch it or see it again.
Yeah.
They
But
own
that
it.
I mean,
you
it's
have
the
no
same
rights
thing
to
with
it.
an artist. Like if they make a painting or photograph.
I guess
someone
so.
buys
yeah, I mean,
it, it
yeah,
ends
it's like
up
work
somewhere.
for hire, I guess.
Yeah.
But the scope of it and the amount of labor that went into it, and also because there's a narrative attached to it. You know, like it was your story. They watched
Yeah.
you make the whole thing. You won
But
the
they
season based
paid
on that
for
work.
it.
True.
You know,
true.
they paid
Yeah.
for the whole thing,
Yeah.
which is also part of their reasoning on the aftermath of like, oh, well, we gave you the exposure and the opportunity that you wouldn't have had it if it wasn't for us. So, you know, in a way, shows like that
Yeah.
that's how they make their content.
Yeah.
You know, because we didn't get paid to do the show. So can you
Was it
imagine
the top
that?
3
Wait,
or
you
4?
didn't get paid
Remind
to
me.
do the show?
No.
You didn't get a day rate for
No, that's sort of
No.
recent.
Yeah.
The
We
last
got
10
sushi
years.
or something. Like, we
wow,
would get
that's actually ahead of
meals.
its time.
We'd get meals. Yeah. So that was
Wild.
nice.
Oh my God.
I have not, you know, honestly, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that, you know,
yeah.
and this is 20 years later with people not caring. So for that, I'm so happy.
It's so cool to be the first too.
Yeah. I'm
So
the Kelly
awesome.
Clarkson.
You
You
literally
are.
are.
You literally are the Kelly Clarkson, and we're giving
Yeah.
you this
In
talk
like
show.
peak era
Yeah,
This
of
is- you can take
reality.
over.
Oh,
Peak era,
great.
yeah.
In case you guys didn't know.
Peak era of reality TV or right before it too.
Yeah.
Like such a cool time.
It was.
Cool life, cool career.
Survivor. Yeah.
Top model, truly,
Top
truly,
model. It
truly.
really, really
iconic.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
yeah.
ever do an All-Star season, or did they ask
No,
you to?
oh God, yeah.
Do they ask winners back yet, or
Yeah.
no? Okay, yeah.
They asked me once, and my lawyer went to law school with Harvey Weinstein, with the Weinstein lawyer,
Uh-huh,
representative person. And I told him, I said, tell them I want $1 million because that's what it's worth to me to be set up to lose.
Yeah.
Because nothing says, oh my God, this season's so tough that the first winner went off first. So I'm like being prepared for
Exactly.
that. So
Yeah.
what is that worth for me? $1 million. And they laughed at me. And I thought, I know how much Tim Gunn makes. I know how much it is to put that show on.
Yeah.
I'm not an idiot.
That's not even
$1 million
absurd.
is nothing.
In
Yeah.
2024. That's
Nothing.
not a lot.
Yeah.
So
And also, it's not just being set up to lose. It's being set up just to like expose yourself and like give everything that
And
you
ha-
have.
You have to.
You know?
You sit there and you're like, God forbid a
Here's it all,
parent
like-
died in the span of time. You're like,
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Am
they'll
I
be
fine?
like,
You know, yeah, they'll be
That's-
like,
that
so
milk
tell
that
us
again.
w-
Yeah.
how did the diabetes affect him? I'd be like, well, because you're in such controlled environment.
Totally.
But, so I said $1 million. That's what that's worth. to
Good for
me
you.
to lose.
Yeah.
And they said, well, you're not going to get that. And then they said, but your fans want to see you. And I said,
Shut the fuck up.
well, then $1 million.
Yeah.
That's all it would be.
But I
for
feel
me.
like that's sort of where we're at with like Drag Race All-Star seasons now. Like all the girls are kind of like all the
Or
girlies
they're
are kind of
starting
like,
to ask
girlies.
they're
for
like
what they
they're like
want.
no, you I won't come back unless like you're paying for this amount of my drag,
Absolutely.
or if I'm going to be on for this amount of episodes, and I'm going to look normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to become a villain. I'm not going to be used by the show.
Yeah.
And I actually think that's like very like good and healthy to like let that be the case.
At the heart of it, they are still artists. They are still
Yeah.
vulnerable, and they are still probably struggling.
Absolutely.
So you're still going to get the content for them, but now they're going to feel better about it. Like
Yeah.
if you were to say, because you guys gave me, like 5,000 to do this thing.
well, yeah,
that,
right. And
like-
it's wire came through.
Yeah,
yeah.
good.
Landed
Everything
great.
was
yeah,
good. My Venmo, my Zelle.
yeah.
If it was 0, fuck, I would never show up.
Yeah.
Right, and we
So,
would never.
I'm like
we would
Linda
never-
Evangelista.
But luckily we take
You-
Bitcoin.
You're paying us, right?
Yeah.
Thermos.
Yeah, we take Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We take a
Bitcoin.
couple things.
Anyway, so I do the thing. I win the show. I
Move to
get
New York.
invited to so many incredible events and parties. I went to Blondie's birthday party that Mark Jacobs threw for her. And that night I met the B-52s.
Oh
I
my
met
God.
Molly Ringwald. I met John Waters. I met fucking Ron Jeremy, Lindsay Lohan. I mean, this was my life for a split second. I could not pay them to invite me to anything
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Reality TV as like a genre like flattens everything, where it's like, people think that Project Runway and Drag Race and like 90 Day Fiance, they're all the same type of thing, but it's like you're an artist,
Yeah.
like you're an artist with a deep level of ability and craft and like labor going into like what you're doing. The show makes it look like entertainment, but it's like
Yeah.
and Drag Race is similar because like the amount of time and energy it takes to like put together the look. It's a little unfair that like sometimes it all just kind of gets rounded down.
It's called reality
to
television.
reality TV. Yeah. Anyway, should we transition into playing a round of
Well, my fucking
Yes.
divas on a cliff. I was gonna say Nina, Tim, Heidi, or Michael. Diva.
What do I do?
They're all on a cliff. You can only save one.
Yeah, it's Project Runway themed.
Nina, Tim, Heidi.
And-
Crazy to start with Nina. No offense.
And Michael,
Michael
Kors.
Kors.
Yeah.
I'm going to push probably Heidi off. first.
Really? Okay. Finger by finger. Any weird torture?
No,
No,
just
okay.
like, I'm sorry,
Let her go
I
quick.
have to do
She's
this.
out.
Yeah.
She's out. Okay.
Auf Wiedersehen.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
You got the
she's
last word,
gone.
didn't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
I did, because I never heard it.
Yeah.
So, and that's true. And then the next one, probably Tim Gunn.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I think Michael Kors is so funny.
I like
I
Michael
think
know?
his supercut of like all the things he says
Is-
are actually
is
that's
so
hilarious.
funny.
It's so funny.
He keeps it
And
real.
people can't do that now on TV.
No.
No one
Yeah.
wants to be mean,
Yeah.
Like some things are ugly. Like it's okay. He's like, it looks like a gypsy rose wrapped in toilet paper or whatever.
in a big
I saw-
diaper.
I
and
saw him
yeah.
at a Cher concert in Philadelphia years after that. And I was walking up to Will Call and he goes, "Hi, Jay." And I was just like, "Hi, Michael. How's it going?"
As he
I was
put a
just like-
wristband on you.
So yeah, I wish. I just was so surprised that he even remembered
That
me.
is so.
Yeah.
That's the perfect. You could
Yeah.
possibly hope for
Hi,
better.
Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Yeah.
well, I had a side question.
Heidi was okay. What's the side question?
Were you annoyed when Santino was a judge on Drag Race?
No, I mean, I wish it was me. But
Should've
good for
been.
him.
But yeah, okay.
But the
work.
question now is like, where's Santino?
Yeah. Where is Santino? Well, he's
Where
our
is
next
he?
guest, actually.
Santino, I loved your work. Sit down, girl. No, not my
I
style.
don't think so. I don't think
No,
so.
no,
Yeah.
no.
And then I would push off Michael Kors. Yeah, and then Nina is incredible.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
she,
great to
like,
hear.
Remembers your name, looks you in the eye when she talks to you. I thought was an awesome judge.
Wow, that's
Really
great.
solid person. Looks great still.
Yeah.
That's important.
amazing. That is important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And sort of
this
like
town-
a real. I guess Michael Kors is like a real like.
they all have a place.
Yeah, they all have a
Yeah,
place,
actually, like Michael Kors collection, like Gina likes it. It's
Yeah.
like fierce.
It's like it's
It's funny.
aspirational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, I'm such a trashy whore. I want to
You
I
could
wish
see
I
an
could look
Italian liking
Yeah.
that. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, it's classic.
Yeah.
I feel like Express like rips off Michael Kors
Yeah.
collection like that.
And the
kinda
amount of
thing.
money he has made. You
Yeah.
know, like
yeah, from the
all
from the
those women
bags
with the
alone.
bags.
Yeah, jeez,
Yeah.
Louise. I mean, is he a
Yeah.
billionaire?
Probably.
I don't know.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Hi, Jay.
I was just like, because in those moments, I'm just a regular person, you know?
No!
Like in those moments, I'm thinking, oh my God, like fucking Michael Kors, who's in the outlet,
Yeah.
as in
Yeah.
like outlet malls, has a store, knows my name. Like
right.
when I was in an elevator and Chloe 70 said, hello, Jay. I was like,
Crazy.
She was like,
Chloe
"Hi, Jay."
hi, Jay.
Hi,
Or Sarah Jessica
Jay.
Parker. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm
Chloe
meeting you.
70's running the
You know?
elevator. She's like, hi, Jay.
I wish.
Floor 14.
Yeah. She's like, don't you hate elevators? And I do have a fear of elevators. That's going to test to this.